evening, Mr. Alvin and Miss Livia. So thank you so much for the opportunity. So today I'm going to do presentations about the freight forwarding. But maybe before we begin, I would like to introduce about myself first. My name is Muhammad Olga Pratama, and you can call me Olga. So currently I'm working at the forwarding logistics, so that's why I bring this topic on today. So let's start. First is about the agenda. So as you can see that I already divided into 4 sections. The first one, I would like to explain about what is the freight forwarders. On this section also, I would like to explain about the what is type of the forwarders, and then overview and what is the scale of the works of the forwarders. For number 2 is I would like to explain about the services of the freight forwarders. And the third one is about the export and import definitions. So maybe you already know about export and import definition, but maybe I would like to explain more detail like the responsibility, the who is the pay for the risk if the cargo risk or damage, for example. And the last one is how does freight forwarder works. So basically, I would like to give you the simulation. So maybe hope you will be understand about the freight forwarders. Okay, without further ado, so I will move to another slide. First one is about what is the freight forwarding. So freight forwarding is a company or agents who organize shipment from one place to another one or from seller to buyer. So basically, we are as a company who has to handle from pick up or from door to until destination to warehouse at destinations. And then they are often specializing in the arrangements of the whole process for their shippers from storage to the shipments of the products. So actually the freight forwarder is not easy as like that, but we sometimes in the when we arrange the shipment, sometimes we also have the another additional cost, like at the port, we have the storage charges maybe, or if the cargo cannot release at the custom clearance. So there is so many things will be happen in freight forwarding. That's why we have to very clearly we have to make sure about the shipment, about the arrangement, I mean. Okay, next about the types of the freight forwarding. Most often, the transportations of goods is carried out through trucks, ships, or airplanes. So actually for freight forwarding, some of the freight forwardings, they only have service for sea freight or air freight, but they don't have service for truck. Or maybe the another forwarder also have only have tracking, or maybe they have both of the truck or maybe the sea freight or air freight. So it's depend of the freight forwarding focusing. Okay, next is ownership. So for the ownership, the freight forwarders generally contract with more than one shipping line to transport their clients' good. So maybe if you know about the shipping line, like for example, Maersk Line, Hapag, CMA, for example, and then they have their own vessel, right? So we as a freight forwarders only have the contract with them to fulfill the container on the ship or on the airplane. That's why we have the good rate and we can sell to the customer. So that's why we are between shipping line and customer. Okay, for scale of work, they ensure, I mean, the freight forwarder company must be ensured that the good reach the desired locations through the best option available in terms of time taken and cost. So when we receive the booking from the customer, we have to close. We have to. We have. I mean, we have to closely monitor, and we have to know what is the income, what is the commodity, and then how we have to treat this customer. So it has to be clear, and that's why we can offer the rate to customer as we can. Okay, next let's move to another slide. The services. Regarding the services, actually, basically the customer have three services. The first one is FCL or full container load. The second one is less than container load or LCL, and the last one is air freight. So for FCL, as you can see in the picture in the left, like one container is only for one customer. That's why I mentioned this only has one consignee in a single container. So they can fill their cargo for one container. And then FCL will always be cheaper when counting the volume rate. That's why most of the company that have many volume, then they will booking with the FCL because they can fill as much as they can at the container, even though the container also have the maximum weight. Okay, for the standard container size are 20 and 40 or 40 high cube containers. Depends on the weight, depends on the length also, and yeah. The last one is FCL, can save on average 4 until 7 days when compared to an LCL shipment. I mean, like for example, when the customer booking for ATD 17, for example, we as forwarder we can arrange the container to their warehouse, and they will fulfill the container. After that, they will deliver to the port, and after at port, the container will be shipped in the vessel. So there's no warehousing. That's why it's more they can save the average days 4 until 7 days. But it's different with the LCL. For LCL, different cargo share a container. It means that as a forwarder, usually we have one container or one on container. Then we can share with the other customer, like customer A, B, C, D, with the difference volume based on their volume, based on their cargo, right? So that's why we call it less than container load. And for LCL, the importer only pays for the space they use. As I mentioned before, that they only pay for the space that need, right? So that's why it's more cheaper than FCL actually, based on the volume. And you can ship fewer goods more frequently and reducing overheads and warehousing space. Okay, the last one is air freight. Air freight is highly reliable arrival and departure times. It means that for air freight, we have the short transit time. Like for example, if you have import from Felixstowe, UK to Jakarta, and we only need 3 until 5 days, then the cargo will arrive in Indonesia. It's really different if you booking with the FCL. It need at least 29 until 30 days. So it's almost 1 month, right? So it's very different in terms of the transit time, lead time, I mean, and then the price as well.